G'day all, welcome back to Diversworld. Today I'm going to tell you a bit about my opinion and review on general dive knives for different circumstances and different diving applications. I like free diving, I like scuba diving, I like spearfishing. So I need a knife that's basically going to be tailored for each of those activities, or I'll show you why some are specifically better for different underwater activities, whatever you're doing basically. So dive knives, the general consensus is when people start to dive, they buy the cheapest knife they can because they think they're going to lose it, or if they're experienced divers, they go, I just need a cheap knife because I always lose it. The general consensus is if you buy a cheap knife that's not correctly manufactured, you're probably going to lose it. The sheathing system's probably not the best, and there's a reason why the knife is cheap. For myself, over time and experience, I've found spend as much as you think is deemed practical on a knife. I'll show you some different variances and where you can wear the knives and their uses for in the water. So the knife I personally use, I have two knives. First one, I love this little knife. It's the Salvimar Predathor. It's small, it's light, it can be worn on your arm, okay, or on your weight belt, okay. If it's on your belt, you can keep it on the side, on the back. Why I like this knife is basically purely for its size, okay. It's small, she's extremely sharp, she's got a small serration if you need to gut your catch or open it up for things like that. So it's important for any knife to, in spearfishing point of view, to have a point on it so you can brain spike the fish and dispatch your catch in the easiest possible way. So that's the Salvimar Predathor. It's in a $70-odd mark range, so a little bit up there opposed to some cheaper knives, but you get what you pay for with this knife. I ran one for 3 years before I finally treated myself to another one, and it's still living strong, both of them. So extremely strong for a thin, small profile bladed knife. The other one I love and I still use is the Rob Allen X Blade. This knife has been around for a long time. It's a no fuss dive knife basically. It can be worn by anyone, either on the arm or on your calf. Okay, it's got the elasticized straps on the sheath. It's basically just a PVC sheathing system, slides in. Why I love this knife, it's so low profile, okay, you barely know it's there, no low water resistance, low chance of getting tangled or anything breaking. You can see there's virtually nothing to break on this system, okay, there's no clips, no buckles, nothing. The X Blade's got a super sharp serration, okay, so for gutting your catch or burleying, if you're doing any burley work, extremely handy for that. The biggest seller of this knife, unlike others, is the spear extractor. Okay, so if you're likely to shoot your spear into rocks, caves, coral, sometimes just yanking it isn't going to work, you need to twist it. So this basically, you insert your spear into this part, slide it along until it grips on the mechanism end, and then you can pivot your knife out of the corals and dislodge the flopper basically. So that's the X Blade. That's a higher end, that's about the $110 mark, but a valuable asset, especially if it saves you 1 or 2 spears. It's paid itself off. On the other end of the spectrum, in the entry level knives or entry level price wise, the Ocean Hunter, still a good blade, very simple. You know, the quality of stainless may not be as high as these, but for only $25–30, it's still an okay option. You can see obviously they can be a bit dicky sometimes, the straps and the release system. Nothing against it. You get, you know, obviously it's still an okay option for the price you're paying. The Tropedo is one of the biggest sellers here, I believe. A lot of people like the way it clicks in. It's got the Velcro straps, so they seem to hold well on your suit. If you're wearing it on your leg, you can also ditch the straps and just put it on your belt. Once again, on the back, you've also got the lanyard to assist holding it, but also as an extra security, you wrap it over itself and extra security in holding the knife in place, so you're not going to lose him. It's important for a knife, basically find out what you're going to be using it for. If you're going to do burleying, maybe this little knife is not ideal. You don't want to be cutting too close to your hands. A bigger blade is going to be better, more ideal for burling. Work out where you want to wear the knife, your arm, your belt, your thigh, or your calf. The reason why I like this knife, it comes with me 100% of the time I go diving, because it's on my belt. I can't forget it. Okay. Whilst my X blade, it comes when I'm burling and things like that, and I don't mind the extra drag. But this one's always there, even if I'm just free diving. It's there. It's low profile. It's not a hindrance. It's a handy tool to have. But knives, yeah, you want a 304 stainless or above. So corrosion resistance. But all of them do show signs of corrosion, so just obviously rinse them in fresh water, dry them and spray them with some sort of protectant before putting them away. That's about it for knives. That's my choices. Yeah, tell us what you think, and thanks for watching. Cheers.